Have you ever felt like you're drifting aimlessly through life, detached, searching for meaning but never finding it? It seems as though the answers that could change everything are always out of reach, hidden in the fog. But what if these answers aren't somewhere out there in the external world, but within you, buried in the shadows you've been avoiding your entire life? Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, widely known as a pioneer in his field, revolutionized our understanding of consciousness and the surrounding world. He didn't just study the human mind, he explored it like a traveler discovering uncharted territories. Jung often said that people desperately seek safety from the void, from the uncertainty of life. However, he didn't confine his work to the surface layers of consciousness. Instead, he delved into the parts most of us are too afraid to confront: the subconscious, the shadow, the fears and hidden desires we conceal not only from others, but even from ourselves. To Jung, life wasn't just a series of random events or a race for success. He believed there was a deeper meaning to it all, one that could only be uncovered when we dared to face the darkest and most hidden corners of our souls. His work laid the foundation for many modern concepts, from personality types to the idea of the inner self. Jung asserted that truth isn't found by avoiding conflicts but by facing them head-on. For him, life wasn't a mystery to be solved, but a profound secret to be lived and understood. However, Jung wasn't a sage who discovered truth after a week of meditation. His own journey to find the meaning of life was far from theoretical. He experienced personal doubts, crises, and encounters with the darkest aspects of his own psyche. Jung was born in 1875 in Switzerland into the family of a pastor. Although he respected his father, he found his father's strict religious beliefs to be too limiting. As an adult, Jung faced his first serious inner conflict between spirituality and skepticism. This conflict planted the seeds that would eventually lead him to deeply explore the subconscious. At around 30 years old, Jung experienced what he called a terrible confrontation with the unconscious. He heard voices and even feared that he might be on the brink of psychosis or something akin to schizophrenia. These experiences forced him to ask himself questions most of us prefer to avoid. Who am I? Why do I feel this way? What is the meaning of all this? This internal adventure, as he called it, became the defining challenge of his life. Like all of us, Jung had moments of self-doubt and crises, but instead of running from them, he embraced them. Jung believed that moments of crisis and uncertainty aren't obstacles but signposts leading to a deeper understanding of oneself. For him, meaning wasn't found in the comfort zone but in personal transformation. As a young man, he saw depths in the human experience that other psychologists of his time ignored. He began a unique journey, not to conquer lands or achieve external success, but to explore the unknown within himself. Initially interested in medicine, Jung didn't immediately gravitate toward psychology. However, his interest in mental illness eventually led him to psychiatry. In 1900, he started working at the Burghölzli Psychiatric Clinic in Zurich, where he studied patients with schizophrenia. It was there that he first encountered the works of Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis. Fascinated by Freud's ideas, Jung began corresponding with him, and soon, a friendship and productive intellectual partnership developed. Freud believed that Jung was destined to carry on his legacy. However, their partnership was doomed. As Jung developed his own views on the human psyche, he increasingly diverged from Freud on key issues. Freud firmly believed that sexual impulses were the primary drivers of human behavior, while Jung saw things differently. To Jung, spirituality, myths, and symbols played a crucial role in understanding the human mind. He believed the subconscious wasn't just a reservoir of repressed desires, as Freud claimed, but also a source of wisdom and creativity. These ideological differences led to a painful break between them. Jung described this split as a terrible blow, yet he understood that he had to follow his own path. This rupture marked the beginning of what Jung called his period of creative solitude, during which he began developing his own groundbreaking ideas about the subconscious. It was during this time that Jung formulated his revolutionary concepts, such as the collective unconscious. He argued that beyond the personal unconscious, There exists a deeper layer where archetypes, universal symbols and images found in myths, religions, and dreams across different cultures, reside. Archetypes like the hero, the shadow, the great mother, and the wise old man represent expressions of the collective unconscious. To Jung, these archetypes formed a universal language connecting cultures and eras. Jung also introduced the concept of individuation, a process through which a person becomes their most authentic self by integrating both the light and shadow within them. Individuation, according to Jung, was the ultimate goal of human life, to become a genuine and whole version of oneself. He also developed the idea of synchronicity, the notion that some seemingly random events can carry profound meaning. To Jung, synchronicity was more than coincidence. It was a connection between the external world and our internal reality. These ideas made Jung one of the most innovative thinkers in psychology, but they also drew criticism. Many scholars of his time dismissed his interest in myths and spirituality as esoteric and unscientific. Nevertheless, Jung remained steadfast in his perspective, exploring topics others shied away from. Jung was also captivated by the symbolism in dreams, which he saw as a bridge between the unconscious and conscious mind. Unlike Freud, who viewed dreams as expressions of repressed desires, Jung believed dreams carried important messages for personal growth and transformation. He encouraged people to explore their dreams as guides to individuation. Jung wrote extensively on these subjects and worked tirelessly as a therapist, writer, and researcher. His ideas influenced not only psychology but also fields like philosophy, religion, literature, and art. He believed that psychology couldn't be separated from the broader human experience and always sought to integrate science, spirituality, and culture into his work. A deeply spiritual person, Jung saw spirituality as an essential part of human existence. He believed that the modern world suffered from a disconnection from spiritual traditions, which he viewed as one of the causes of the growing sense of emptiness and alienation among people. Even after his death in 1961, Jung's concepts, such as archetypes, the collective unconscious, individuation, and synchronicity, remain relevant and are studied across many disciplines. His emphasis on self-discovery and spiritual growth continues to resonate with those seeking a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. While many of his ideas remain debated, Jung left an indelible mark on the study of the human mind, helping us understand that the psyche is not just an object of study but a path to personal revelation.